Welcome back to the community of the light. Chosen one, listen closely. This message is not for everyone. Only God's true warriors, his anointed ones walking the narrow divine path, should remain here right now. If you are not aligned with the Most High, if your spirit is not awakened, this message will feel uncomfortable, and you may not be able to receive it. But if you truly are one of God's chosen, then you already feel it in your spirit, that this message has reached you at the perfect divine moment. Nothing here is accidental. You were guided to this message because it carries a revelation that will shift your understanding and strengthen your walk. Before we continue, chosen one, let me know you are here. Drop a comment right now with the number your spirit feels drawn to. 111 for divine alignment, 777 for spiritual awakening, or 999 for complete transformation. Choose the one that resonates with your soul in this moment. And while you are here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell so you never miss a message meant for you. Share this with another chosen soul who needs to hear it today. Now, listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal will open your eyes to something happening around you every single day. Many of you have been feeling tension, resistance, or strange energy from the people you work with, and you have been wondering why. Today, chosen one, we are going to break it all down. Stay with me until the end, because this message will not just explain what is happening, it will prepare you for what God is about to do next in your life. The unseen light within you, chosen one. You must understand something essential about yourself before anything in your environment will ever make sense. From the moment you walk into a room, there is a spiritual energy around you that no one can copy, no one can fake, and no one can dim. It is the unseen light of God. This light is not loud. It is not boastful, and it does not demand attention. Yet it is powerful enough to shift the entire atmosphere without you speaking a single word. People feel you before they see you. They sense your presence before they turn their heads. And this is exactly where jealousy begins. Most of the people around you cannot explain why they react to you the way they do. They don't have the spiritual language for it. They don't understand the anointing that rests on you. They only know that the moment you appear, something inside them feels exposed. Their insecurities, their unhealed wounds, their hidden intentions, and even their unspoken envy rise to the surface, because your energy reveals what they try to hide. They feel a pressure around you, a silent reminder that there is a difference between walking with God and pretending to walk with God. Your light does something to their spirit. It confronts them. It challenges them. It forces them to look at themselves in ways they have been avoiding for years, and that discomfort they feel is not your fault. It is their own resistance to truth, their own refusal to deal with what is broken inside them, their own fear of the transformation they secretly know they need, but are too afraid to pursue. Chosen ones don't chase validation, yet you attract it. You don't try to impress anyone, yet people notice everything you do. You don't seek attention, yet eyes naturally turn toward you. This is because the spiritual realm recognizes your identity long before the physical realm catches up. Angels see the call on your life. Demons recognize the threat you pose to darkness. And humans feel the energy shift even when they don't have words to describe it. You have probably walked into meetings where conversations suddenly stopped. You have entered rooms where the energy immediately changed. You have joined groups where people suddenly became more careful with their words. This is not paranoia. This is the reality of carrying divine presence. Your spirit announces itself before your mouth ever opens. Your energy precedes your entrance. Your anointing makes itself known whether you try to hide it or not. Your colleagues are not responding to your job title, your personality, or your skills. They are responding to the mark of God on your life. Even if they don't understand God, they feel something divine radiating from you, and that alone makes them uneasy. There is also a natural authority you carry. It shows up in the way you walk, the way you think, the way you remain calm when others panic, and the way you hold yourself with dignity even when you are under pressure. This authority is not something you practice in the mirror. It is not something you learned from a book. It is something that was forged in fire, shaped through trials, and refined through suffering. Every wilderness season you endured, every betrayal you survived, every night you spent on your knees crying out to God. All of it was building this unshakable foundation within you. What looks like natural confidence to others is actually supernatural strength that came through divine preparation. People with insecure spirits don't know how to handle that kind of quiet strength. It irritates them because they have spent their whole lives trying to earn respect. Yet you receive it without lifting a finger. They have tried to appear confident, yet your confidence comes from a deeper place, a spiritual place that they cannot touch. They perform confidence. You embody it. They wear confidence like a costume. You carry it like a birthright. And this difference is what drives them to jealousy. They study your movements hoping to copy your formula. They analyze your words trying to mimic your impact. They watch your interactions, attempting to replicate your results. But what they fail to understand is that you cannot copy what God creates. You cannot fake what heaven ordains. You cannot duplicate what divine purpose produces. They are trying to imitate the fruit without understanding the root. They want the anointing without the altar. They want the glory without the grind. Chosen one, your presence forces others to confront who they are. When they see how grounded you are, they are forced to face how unstable they feel. When they see your faith, they feel their doubt. When they see your wisdom, they feel their confusion. When they see your purpose, they feel their lack of it. If you are feeling this truth in your spirit right now, hit that like button. Let me know this message is reaching the right people. Jealousy is simply the result of people comparing their inner emptiness to your spiritual richness. You might think you are doing nothing special. Maybe you are just trying to do your job, stay quiet, and mind your own business. But even in your silence, God speaks through you. Even in your stillness, your spirit shakes the room. Even when you feel tired or hidden, your light is still shining brighter than you realize. That is why people stare at you without knowing why. That is why they whisper your name when they think you cannot hear. That is why they watch your every move as if they are studying you. They sense something sacred that they were never given. Many of your colleagues have tried to figure you out. Some think you are too calm. Others think you are too focused. Some wonder how you stay so grounded, how you stay so protected, how you don't crumble under pressure the way they do. What they don't understand is that God prepared you long before you stepped into that workplace. Your strength did not come from the job. It came from the journey. Your wisdom came from your battles. Your patience came from your wilderness seasons, and your light came from surviving things that would have destroyed someone else. This is why jealousy follows you. Your colleagues see the glow, but they don't know the story behind it. They see the elevation, but they don't know the suffering that shaped it. They see the wisdom, but they don't know the loneliness that taught it. They see the strength, but they don't know the nights you cried out to God. People envy what they can see, but they will never envy what you survived. Understand this, chosen one, your light is not accidental. It is intentional. God placed it within you as a sign of your purpose. And wherever divine purpose shows up, envy will rise. Not because you are trying to compete, but because your spirit naturally reveals the truth of who others are and who they are not. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to illuminate. This is the foundation of why jealousy surrounds you in the workplace. Not because you are doing too much, but because your very existence carries too much spiritual weight for unhealed souls to handle. And the more you grow, the brighter you become. The brighter you become, the more uncomfortable, insecure spirits will feel. But do not let that dim your light. God placed you there for a reason, and your presence alone is part of your assignment. The silent war in the workplace. Chosen one. Now that you understand the light within you, it is time to look at what happens around you because of it. Many of you have been fighting a silent battle without even realizing it. You walk into your workplace thinking you are just there to do your job, earn your living, and keep your spirit focused. But in reality, you are stepping into a spiritual battlefield disguised as an office, a classroom, or wherever you work. The people around you might be smiling, but their spirits tell a different story. Their mouths might speak casually, but their hearts are whispering something else. There is a silent war happening every day, and you feel it even when you try to ignore it. You feel it in their stares. You feel it in the shift of the atmosphere. You feel it in the sudden quiet when you enter a room. You feel it in the fake compliments that don't match their energy. You feel it in their attempts to monitor your every move. This is not your imagination. This is spiritual sensitivity. When you walk with God, you feel things before they unfold. You sense intentions before they are spoken. You pick up on the energy of a room the moment you step inside. Your colleagues sense your spiritual authority, and because they cannot match it, they respond with silent hostility. They will not confront you openly because they know deep down they cannot win that battle. Instead, they choose subtle tactics. They create distance. They give you cold shoulders. They exclude you from conversations. They watch you succeed and pretend not to notice. They celebrate others loudly, but stay silent about your achievements. They question your decisions even when you are right. They spread rumors when you are not around. They undermine your ideas in meetings. They copy your work but refuse to give you credit. All of this is spiritual warfare disguised as workplace politics. Let me get even more specific, because I know some of you are living this right now. They suddenly get quiet when you walk past their desks. They have inside jokes that deliberately exclude you. They schedule meetings without inviting you, then claim it was an oversight. They take credit for projects you initiated. They challenge your authority in front of others, but never in private. They ask you detailed questions about your methods, then use your answers to elevate themselves. They befriend new employees quickly to turn them against you before you can build relationships. They create group chats that you are not part of. They go to lunch together and post pictures making sure you see them. They give you the bare minimum information you need to do your job, then blame you when things go wrong. They praise you to your face, but question your competence behind your back. They smile at you in the hallway, but their energy feels ice cold. They offer to help you, but their assistance comes with strings attached or subtle sabotage. Comment below if you have experienced any of these signs. You are not alone in this battle. And I want you to know that recognizing these patterns is the first step to protecting yourself spiritually. Chosen one. You need to understand that jealousy does not always show itself directly. Sometimes it hides behind smiles, compliments, and false friendships. These are the most dangerous forms of envy because they operate in secret. They position themselves close to you, pretending to support you while secretly hoping you fail. They ask you questions not because they care, but because they want to monitor your progress. They offer advice not to help you, but to steer you off course. You have probably felt this energy before, someone who acts friendly to your face, but you can sense the coldness in their spirit. Someone who congratulates you, but their words feel empty. Someone who asks how you are doing, but you can tell they are not genuinely interested. This is spiritual discernment at work. God is showing you who people really are, so that you can protect your energy and guard your peace. Let me tell you something powerful about this discernment. It is not about being judgmental or paranoid. It is about being wise. Jesus himself told his disciples to be as wise as serpents and as harmless as doves. This means you can be kind and loving while still being aware of people's true intentions. You can forgive without forgetting. You can be gracious without being naive. You can extend peace without extending trust to those who haven't earned it. Many chosen ones struggle with this because they want to believe the best in people. They want to trust. They want to give everyone a chance. They feel guilty for having boundaries. They feel bad for questioning people's motives. But God did not give you discernment so you could ignore it. He gave it to you so you could walk wisely. When your spirit tells you something is off about someone, listen. When you feel uneasy around certain people, pay attention. When someone's words don't match their energy, trust what you feel, not what you hear. Your intuition is not random. Your gut feelings are not paranoia. Your spiritual sensitivity is not overthinking. These are all forms of divine guidance protecting you from harm. God speaks to his chosen ones through their spirit before danger ever manifests in the physical realm. He gives you red flags before the betrayal happens. He shows you patterns before the trap is fully set. He warns you through that uncomfortable feeling in your chest, that tension in your stomach, that quiet voice in your mind saying something isn't right. The silent war in your workplace is real, but you are not defenseless. You have spiritual armor that they cannot penetrate. You have divine protection that they cannot break. You have God's wisdom that keeps you 10 steps ahead. They may try to come against you, but every weapon formed against you will fail. Every trap set for you will catch them instead. Every lie spoken about you will be exposed. Every jealous plot will backfire. This is the power of walking with God. You don't have to defend yourself because God defends you. You don't have to fight back because God fights for you. You don't have to prove yourself because God elevates you. All you have to do is stay faithful, stay focused, and stay in alignment with your divine purpose. Let your light shine even brighter. Let your peace irritate their chaos. Let your success silence their jealousy. The prophetic shift coming in your life, chosen one. Now that you understand the forces working around you, it is time for you to hear what is coming next. Because everything you have been experiencing, every strange reaction, every jealous stare, every silent attack, every spiritual disturbance has been preparing you for a prophetic shift. You are not meant to stay where you are. You are being moved, elevated, and transformed by divine design. And this next season of your life will reveal exactly why the warfare around you has been so intense. There is a shift happening in the spirit, and your soul can already feel it. You have been sensing a change coming, even if you couldn't put it into words. You felt a pull, a stirring, a quiet inner, knowing that something big is aligning for you. This is not imagination. This is prophecy unfolding. God is repositioning you. He is redirecting your steps. He is preparing you for blessings that require a new level of maturity, strength, and clarity. Many chosen ones do not realize that the jealousy they experience is often the first sign of elevation. When the enemy senses your next breakthrough, he uses people around you to create confusion and emotional pressure. Your colleagues are reacting to something they cannot see but can feel. Your spirit is rising, your energy is shifting, your destiny is calling, and this spiritual movement disrupts those who are spiritually stagnant. The prophetic shift coming into your life begins with exposure. God is exposing the true intentions of the people around you, not to hurt you, but to protect you. Before he blesses you with more, he must remove those who cannot handle your next level. That is why you have seen people switch up, distance themselves, or reveal their jealousy. This exposure is cleansing your environment. God is removing hidden enemies, fake supporters, and jealous spirits so that nothing interferes with your breakthrough. The next phase of this shift is elevation without effort. You will notice that things begin to align for you effortlessly. Ideas come naturally. Opportunities find you. People begin to recognize your value without you having to prove yourself. Doors open simply because you walk toward them with faith. This is the divine acceleration that comes once God has cleared the path. What took others years will take you months. What drained others will flow easily for you. This is not luck. This is divine timing. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like in real time. You will pitch an idea that you have been hesitant to share, and suddenly everyone is on board. You will apply for a position you thought was out of reach, and the interview will feel like a conversation between friends. You will start a project that once intimidated you, and the resources you need will appear exactly when you need them. You will speak up in a meeting, and your words will carry an authority that commands respect. This is what happens when God removes the resistance. This is what happens when the spiritual warfare lifts. This is what happens when jealous energy no longer has access to your atmosphere. Everything that was blocked suddenly flows. Everything that was delayed suddenly accelerates. Everything that was complicated suddenly simplifies. People who ignored you will suddenly see you. Opportunities that passed you by will circle back around. Blessings that seemed impossible will manifest with ease. If this resonates with where you are right now, type Amen in the comments. Let me know you are claiming this prophetic word over your life. You will also experience a shift in your inner authority. Your confidence will grow stronger. Your voice will carry more weight. You will speak with clarity and boldness, not from ego, but from spiritual certainty. You will no longer shrink yourself to keep others comfortable. You will no longer hide your gifts to avoid triggering jealous spirits. You will walk in your identity as God's chosen with a quiet strength that cannot be shaken. This internal shift is one of the most powerful parts of your elevation. This is not arrogance. This is not pride. This is alignment. When you know who you are in God, you stop apologizing for taking up space. When you understand your assignment, you stop asking permission to fulfill it. When you recognize your value, you stop accepting treatment that contradicts it. You will find yourself setting boundaries that would have felt impossible before. You will find yourself saying no without guilt. You will find yourself walking away from situations that no longer serve your purpose. Your tolerance for disrespect will drop to zero. Your capacity for fake friendships will completely disappear. Your willingness to dim your light for others will vanish. Not because you have become harsh or cold, but because you have become aligned. You will love people from a distance if necessary. You will wish them well without engaging with their chaos. You will pray for them without allowing them access to your peace. This shift in authority also changes how you make decisions. You will stop seeking consensus from people who don't understand your vision. You will stop explaining yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. You will stop defending your choices to people who are looking for reasons to criticize you. You will simply move. You will simply execute. You will simply obey what God tells you to do, regardless of who agrees or disagrees. Another sign of the prophetic shift is the change in how people treat you. The same colleagues who ignored you, mocked you, or envied you will be forced to acknowledge your growth. Not because they want to, but because they will see God's hand moving in your life. Some will become silent. Some will become distant. Some will try to come closer, hoping to gain from your rise. But you will discern every intention clearly. God is sharpening your discernment so that you give your energy only to those who deserve it. Chosen one, you will also notice a shift in your environment. The atmosphere around you will feel lighter. Tasks that once felt heavy will become easier. Toxic people will remove themselves without confrontation. New connections will find you naturally. This is spiritual alignment at work. When God begins to elevate you, He rearranges everything around you. The workplace that once felt hostile will suddenly feel small compared to where God is taking you. And then comes the most powerful part of this prophetic shift: divine recognition. People will begin to see what God has seen in you all along. Your gifts, your wisdom, your resilience, your leadership, everything that made others jealous will become the very things that draw honor toward you. You will be recognized in places where you were once overlooked. Your contributions will be seen. Your abilities will be acknowledged. Your presence will no longer be ignored. The same people who questioned your competence will suddenly seek your advice. The same colleagues who excluded you from meetings will suddenly want you at the table. The same bosses who overlooked your contributions will suddenly take notice of everything you do. The same environment that felt hostile will suddenly feel different. Not because it changed, but because you changed. Your energy shifted, your frequency elevated. And now everything around you has to adjust to match your new spiritual altitude. You will watch people who dismissed you suddenly become interested in your opinion. You will see individuals who avoided you suddenly want to connect with you. You will notice leaders who ignored your input suddenly asking for your perspective. This is not about revenge or validation from people. This is about divine vindication. This is God showing everyone what He has been developing in you while they were busy criticizing you. But remember this, chosen one. Recognition is not the peak. It is the beginning, because God is preparing you for greater influence. You may find yourself stepping into roles you never expected. You may be given responsibilities that match your spiritual maturity. You may be led toward new opportunities, new environments, or even new callings. The shift coming into your life will not limit you. It will expand you. Some of you will transition out of toxic workplaces into healthier environments. Some of you will be promoted into positions of greater authority. Some of you will launch businesses or ministries you have been dreaming about for years. Some of you will leave careers that no longer align with your purpose and step into your true calling. This is not wishful thinking. This is prophetic declaration. Your season of being hidden is over. Your time of being tested is complete. Your period of preparation has served its purpose. There is also a prophetic cleansing happening inside you. The jealousy you faced has taught you not to tie your worth to people's opinions. It has forced you to rely on God, not validation. It has strengthened your spirit, sharpened your mind, and deepened your faith. Every attack has prepared you for where God is taking you next. You are stepping into a season where you will no longer question why people treated you the way they did. You will thank God for it, because without that treatment, you would not be ready for this elevation. Chosen one, the shift coming into your life is a divine repositioning. God is placing you exactly where you need to be. He is aligning you with purpose, power, and prosperity. The jealousy you have endured is the last test before your breakthrough. The spiritual attacks were the final confirmation that you are stepping into a higher level. You are entering a season where everything that once worked against you will work for you, where every jealous voice will be silenced, where every setback will turn into momentum, where every insecurity you once felt will transform into confidence. You are entering a season where the prophecy over your life begins to manifest clearly and undeniably. Chosen one, prepare yourself. The shift is already happening, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what God is unfolding for you. Together we rise toward the light,